In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Sonax Profiline Headlight Polish. I'm going to be showing you here on this MR2, which has your typical faded plastic headlights. All modern plastic headlights on cars have clear coat on them, and it's a very, very thin layer, normally around 10 microns, which is extremely thin. So when I'm trying to solve these headlights, doing multiple stages of sanding, 400, 600, 800, polishing them up, they may look great, but if I remove this clear coat off of here, then they're just going to go yellow worse or faster than they ever did before. If I want to solve it, completely for tens or hundreds of years, then we can reapply the clear coat to it, or a paint shop will reapply it. But I'm going to show you a very quick way to do it with the headlight polish. So I have here a small rotary. You can also use a small DA or whatever. Just the rotary is obviously quicker because it cuts faster, but a DA will still be able to manage this no problem. And I have one of the Sonax 80mm Lambswool pads, because headlights, because they're clear, they don't reflect. So I can use something heavy like a wool pad to really cut through this quickly, and you won't see holograms on it because it's clear. As I said, it doesn't reflect. It's not like paintwork, so you're not going to get that hologramming effect. So it saves a step of having to do, this and then a sponge pad like you would on paint. You can just do this one step. Also, I'm not going to sand this. I'm going to show you the power of the headlight polish on its own. In all my experience, to be honest, I've never really sanded headlights before using this because this combination is so good. So I'm going to give it a shake, mix up the abrasives, and then we're going to put some on the pad. Lots of little dots, spreading it into the fibers. Okay. And then we're going to move on to the headlight. Obviously, I have pre-masked this headlight because obviously the edge of a lambswool is the most aggressive, and any paintwork along here or around the edge, especially these lips of paint, I'm going to whip the paint off very, very quickly, and I don't want to do that. So make sure you mask off, pop the bonnet, move that out of the way if you have to, but just make sure you take precautions around, okay? Once I've done that, I'm then just going to spread the polish around. That means that I get a good spread around the whole headlight, and it works it through the fibers in the pad. So obviously when I turn it on, I don't flick it everywhere, and I've got abrasives everywhere ready for me to get into the polishing. So this is a rotary machine, so I'm going to start on the lowest possible speed, which is 1, which is about 800 RPM. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure, around 3 to 4 kilos, and I'm going to do that for say 20-30 seconds. I'm then going to increase the speed, release the pressure off the machine, and that'll be the glossing effect at the end, which again, I'll do that for about 20-30 seconds, and then we should have lovely clear headlights. So okay, there we go. And if you see the pad now, this was a lovely white lambswool, as you've seen. It's now got that yellowing tinge, which is all that dead clear coat and that yellowing effect that the headlight had. So let's take a cloth, a microfiber, and we'll just buff away and reveal that lovely clear headlight. Look at that. It is not perfect, well, not perfectly clear, because I've solved the outside. The problem is the inside and the plastic itself. So, I mean, it's a massive improvement, but it has loads of micro cracking, which is stress cracks from probably, unsuitable chemicals being put on there, which stresses the headlights and causes them to crack. There's no way to solve that. It looks a bit like a glistening effect. If you've seen it before, you're wondering what that is. That is millions of tiny little stress cracks. But I would have to replace the headlight to solve that. But that is now lovely and clear. We're now going to be able to see at night, which is an advantage. It's not an MOT failure, which is another advantage. And that is now lovely. And that is now ready for the Sonax ceramic coating. And if you'd like to know how to ceramic coat your headlights and keep them looking like this long term, then check out the video on that, which I'll put a link below to that right now. And there we have it. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit.